Spider-Man Far From Home is almost just a week away, and right now it's really all anybody can talk about. How's it going, everyone? It's Warren, and today we have a full plot leak for Spider-Man Far From Home. So it's a great day if you are into leaks and Spider-Man, and if you are not, I must issue an official spoiler alert because there are some major spoilers in this plot leak. But of course, with all plot leaks, take it with a grain of salt. There is obviously a chance that it may not be true. We've gotten a lot of plot leaks in the past, including the full plot leaks and for post-credit scenes. However, a lot of the leaks that we got in the past were before Spider-Man Far From Home was actually screened. Now it has officially been pre-screened. So there are people that have seen it and know exactly what happened. So this leak could very much be 100% real. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can enter my Marvel Legend item giveaway. I'll be picking 3 new winners at 450,000 subscribers. Okay, one last spoiler warning because we're jumping right into it. The beginning starts with a montage of the dead heroes from the events of Endgame. This is a video that was put together by Peter himself. Mysterio tries to become Peter's new mentor. Mysterio manipulates Peter, uses Tony Stark and Iron Man visions against him. Aunt May sneaks in Peter's blue/red suit in his luggage. Mysterio is from the regular MCU world. He was lying about coming from another world. Beck used to work for Stark, stole some tech, and tried to become the new hero in lieu of Iron Man. We find out that a small handful of Peter's classmates and teachers were snapped while the others have aged up 5 years. Peter is introduced to new high tech that belonged to Iron Man with the help from Happy and Fury. There is no Tony Stark AI in Peter's suit or in this high tech lab. This is where Peter makes the new black and red suit. The stealth suit was provided by Fury and Hill, but Peter thinks it's too clunky. Mysterio makes projections, drone equipment, and other things to make Molten Man, Hydra Man, and the others. In Spider-Man Far From Home, MJ and Peter will be officially dating. Ned and MJ destroy some of the drones. This is where the Funko Pop of MJ with the mace comes into play. If you've been with me this far, I just gotta issue one more spoiler alert because we're going to get into some major spoilers right now with the ending of the film and the post-credit scenes. In the final battle, Mysterio dies, and in the post-credit scene, he somehow releases an edited video showing that Peter Parker is Spider-Man and was responsible for the attacks. J. Jonah Jameson is back and played yet again by J.K. Simmons, which is a video that I did a couple of days ago. In the other post-credit scene, Talos and another Skrull were asked to take Fury and Hill's place on Earth while the real ones are on holiday. This is why Fury gets mad at Peter earlier in the film for mentioning Captain Marvel. It's actually a Skrull.
What about Thor?
Off-world.
Captain Marvel.
Don't invoke her name.
We don't see any aftermath of Peter's identity getting revealed as it cuts out, just like how May's reaction in the first Spider-Man Homecoming post-credit scene cut out. There is no Chameleon, there is no Osborn, there is no Pepper Potts, there is no Barf, there is no Morgan Stark, there is no Vulture, no Scorpion, or hints at any other of Spidey's rogue gallery. So this plot leak really does make a lot of sense and really does go hand in hand with everything that we've seen so far. One thing that makes a lot of sense is Mysterio working for Stark Industries. It's a little bit of a story change from the comics, but if you have read those comics or if you have been following my channel, you know that Mysterio desperately wants to be a hero. And if he worked for Stark Industries, he has to be pretty smart. And in the comics, he was pretty smart as well, but he was really good at special effects. But now it seems like they're making him some sort of an engineer that works for Stark Industries, which makes a lot of sense because a lot of people were wondering about his suit. Initially, some people thought that his suit could be made of Chitauri tech, especially since in Spider-Man Homecoming, many people were trying to collect Chitauri tech. Because in some of the scenes that we've seen for Spider-Man Far From Home, Mysterio is able to fly pretty seamlessly. But now it makes perfect sense knowing that it is Stark tech. Now, according to this leak, they obviously kept the part about Mysterio being somewhat of an illusionist in this film. The leak says that Mysterio uses projections, drone equipment, and other things to make the elementals. And this is something that people thought for a very long time now, that the elementals aren't actually real. They're not from another dimension, but they're simply made by Mysterio. Now that Tony Stark is gone, Mysterio wants to be the hero, and how do you become a hero? Well, you have to defeat some villains. And the easiest way to defeat a villain is to make your own. But then of course everybody is looking at Peter Parker / Spider-Man to be the new Iron Man, so now he has to take out Spider-Man. And evidently when he does that, he dies in the final battle. However, it does say that in one of the post-credit scenes, even though Mysterio has died, he somehow manages to leak a video that makes it look like Spider-Man is in fact the bad guy. And of course, this is the post-credit scene that I mentioned a couple of days ago in the video I did where J. Jonah Jameson is back and played by the original actor J.K. Simmons. Of course, good old JJJ is known for making Spider-Man out to be a villain, which is very ironic and will be very interesting to see in the post-credit scene and in the next Spider-Man film, because in Spider-Man Far From Home, everybody is looking at Spider-Man to be a hero, to be the next Iron Man. And now JJJ is going to peg him out to be a villain, so I'm wondering how the world will react to that, and wondering if it's going to play a pretty big part in the next Spider-Man film. But then we have the other post-credit scene with the Skrull. This is not the first time that I heard this was one of the post-credit scenes for Spider-Man Far From Home. Talos and another Skrull taking the place of Fury and Hill while they're on vacation makes perfect sense to me. We know that Talos and Fury worked together and got very close in Captain Marvel. Now, at the end of Captain Marvel, Talos seemingly left the solar system with Captain Marvel. But we do know that Nick Fury has a way to contact them with his cosmic pager. And after everything that Fury and Hill have gone through over the last 10 years and getting snapped, it would make sense that they would want a break. But them being who they are, they can't just leave, so they would need somebody to take their spots who would look exactly like them, so the Skrull are the perfect choice. And this also clarifies something that I think a lot of people have been very suspicious about, and that is Nick Fury trusting Mysterio. Nick Fury is the master spy. We know he doesn't really trust anybody, but we also know that he picks up on everything. So a lot of people were worried that he would trust Mysterio when we all know that he's really the villain. But if it wasn't him, if it was in fact Talos, this would make perfect sense. And this does in fact explain the one TV spot that we have where Peter mentions Captain Marvel and Fury says, "Don't invoke that name." That scene kind of confused people when they saw it, but now it makes sense considering the fact that it's Talos. And then evidently there's going to be a lot of characters that we thought were going to be in the movie and thought we've actually seen in the movie that are not going to be in the movie. But again, take this leak with a grain of salt. Yes, the movie has been pre-screened. Yes, people have seen it. And it does sound like for the most part that it could be legitimate, but you never know. However, be sure to comment with your thoughts on this. Do you like how this plays out for Spider-Man Far From Home, or would you like to see something else? Comment with your thoughts and favorite superhero or villain. Also like the video and subscribe to my channel so you can enter my giveaway and stay up to date on everything relating to Spider-Man Far From Home and Marvel. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.